I should know, like I've tried to move to London at least 4 or 5 times now. What? So look at this progress. Some people like to collect degrees, money. Just because you have 10 degrees does not make you any better than me. Living in Mexico City actually made me realize how much I love the convenience. That one thing that I've always said, I will never let a man trap me with a kid. Good morning guys, happy Saturday, happy Sabbath. I am back from my walk. I did come out for my walk a little bit later. The main thing that I need is the mop. I got eggs. I got 2 of these, 68 cents. You truly cannot go wrong with Walmart. I needed some red wine vinegar, and also I got some apple cider vinegar to put in my water. Typically I mostly use balsamic vinegar for my salad dressing. I got gloves, that little microfiber thing. I got this bucket feta cheese. This is a Caribbean household, guys, so you know I always need plantains. It's just so easy for me. Sometimes one plantain, fry that, or I boil it and I can have that for dinner. I'm good. Let's go ahead and mop this place down with white vinegar. Guys, I cannot tell you how amazing this thing is. Now I can leave my door open without worrying about no flies coming in. Plus, don't forget to put like some ground coffee. This is like 20 bucks on Amazon. If you move into a building that doesn't have like a screen for your door for the balcony, definitely get one. Good morning guys, it is 6:45 now. I am ready for my walk. I want to go early so I can miss the sun. It was just raining so hard. Not even an hour ago. Yeah, when I woke up, well yeah, an hour ago, like 5:40. It was really, really bad. I thought, you know what, let me get a head start before the rain comes. I mean, before the sun comes. Let's drink some water. Oh, let's get some more water. That was my water from last night. Doesn't taste really good. My everyday spray, I love this one. The care was at 68, but let me actually show you the perfect going on a walk perfume for me. This one from Matière, Neroli Orange. This smells so good. I love the smell. Like, it stays on my clothes for days. Today I'm wearing black leggings. These are from Haven Well. They're like the most comfortable leggings. Evs. This is a men's shirt from Target. This is 11 bucks. We're back 11,000 steps later. Cannot tell you how happy I am with the changes of my body from just walking 10K steps every day. Not even 30 days yet. It's about to be 30 days tomorrow. And of course, eating is a big part of it as well. I did make a goal for myself not to eat out for 30 days. Although I did go out for dinner with my friend. But that was an exception, of course, not me going out to eat by myself, because I've done that enough. Sacrifices are a thing of life. You have to do them to get somewhere sometimes. You have to be disciplined. 30 days, no bread really, even though I've made pizza, but I've made it at home. And also I did the cabbage soup for like 4 days, and that's what I'm about to do, because honestly, I'm not craving any food. I thought I would make cabbage soup today. I love cabbage soup. Got some bananas just in case tomorrow again I decide to treat myself and make pancakes in the morning. I mean, you probably say like this is nothing, but to me this is a big deal. If you have even my back, I had literally 5 rolls, and now I only have that one, which is the one I typically have anyways. But you know, once I lose more weight, it's going to melt away more. But I've sort of always have this like indentation in my back, so that one is like fine. As of last week or a couple of days ago, I had 6 rolls in my back. And when I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror, I could not believe it. My legs feel so good. I feel so much lighter. My legs are just so toned. My arms, I finally see the difference in my arms. Even though my arms is one of place, it's always sort of like thin, which is one of the reasons why people can never see that I've gained weight, is because my arms are still pretty much very skinny. Here is where I can see the difference, because I'm used to my body, so it's easy for me to like notice these things. Like, I miss my like toned arms, but this morning was like one of the first day. I mean, I've been seeing progress, but it's just so funny sometimes, right? You can be working out for like 1 to 2 months, you don't see anything, and then you wake up that one day and then you see everything. Of course, like I said, I've been seeing differences, especially my bloating, since I've been walking every day. I would say just focus on walking. Walk as much as you can. Make it a goal to walk 8 miles a day. That's my goal, even though I've been doing sort of like 7 miles. 6 to 7 is what I've been pulling on a daily basis. Last week I did 7.1 miles. As you can see, and to think that a year ago I was only doing like 2 miles a day, not barely actually. Go out and walk, guys. Find a park nearby, go there after work. Don't even go home, just bring your gym clothes, put it in the bag, put it in your car. Forget the TV. I don't have to abandon the TV. You can have the weekend to watch TV. But for me personally, I don't really need that much entertainment, especially when TikTok is free to pay for TV anyways. But I am going to pay for Xoxo because I love Max. What? So look at this progress. I'm gonna compare next month to actually see. When you think of walking, you think you're only using your leg, but no, you're using your whole body, because your whole body is like moving as you're walking. So good. I'm gonna make my soup later. That's another thing. If you want to lose weight, please do the cabbage soup. Do it for 5 days, especially like if you have a wedding coming up, whatever you have coming up. This is not medical advice. Please do your own research. Make sure you check with your doctor to see if it's something you can do. If you want to lose weight fast, cabbage soup. Very filling. Oh shoot, I forgot to get chicken broth. I have to go to the store again. It's actually 96 degrees outside today. That's why I have to wake up super early in the morning to get my steps in before it gets this hot. Or should I make a salad? I mean, salad is the right answer, but my salads, I like my salads more. Guys, 6 o'clock, well 6:30 really, already hot. It's 74. I'm finna go outside because the heat started yesterday. Today is Memorial Day, the unofficial day of summer, so I guess it brought the heat with it. I'm trying to wake up as early as possible to really get out there before the sun starts like glaring. I'm gonna go now. I'm ready. It is Memorial Day today. I came back from my walk obviously a long time ago. It's noon now. It's 4:47 to be exact. Because I don't know, I'm obsessed with the time. I love to know what time it is. The update, I just showered. I managed to see the sunrise at the park today. Today is like my earliest day going to the park. It felt good to really get my walk out of the way. I came back around like 8:15 or so. I'm gonna go downstairs. I don't really have anybody to really go to like a barbecue for Memorial Day. There was no plan really, and honestly I need today to really get like some things done anyways. It works out for me. I mean, do I wish I was going to a barbecue? Absolutely. I wish I was. I could definitely eat some barbecue, especially since I haven't necessarily eaten meat in almost 2 weeks maybe. I'm doing 30 days no bread, and I was doing like 10 days no meat because Zola told me not to eat meat for like 10 days. That's already done. I can go back to eating meat now, but I'm not necessarily like craving it like that. And it's so funny, somebody left a comment about, oh, you went back to eating meat. Yes, I've gone back to eating meat since 2021, August 2021 to be exact. When I moved to Mexico, that's when I started eating meat again, because I was starting to get sick. My nerves, because I hadn't eaten meat for like 7 years. I started getting sick because of this, because I was, you know, missing protein, you know, collagen, all the good stuff that I was missing. So I had to kind of like go back, and also I was ready. I was tired of like eating fish all the time. A lot of fish have like mercury in them. Maybe like my mercury levels were a little bit high, coupled with not eating meat for so long. Yeah, I started getting sick, so I had to go back and started eating meat again, and it's like literally the best thing I could have done. I truly wish I had never stopped. I do think it's fine if you want to do it for like 3 months. If you want to like skip meat for like 3 months where you do like a reset, it's completely fine. You could do like a little vegetarian or pescatarian diet. I think like 3 to 6 months. I would even say like a year. It's good to do just to do, like I said, a little reset, and after that, you know, start introducing good quality meat. So that's one of the things that I also wanted to do. So I want to start going to the farmers market. I want to start, you know, getting my meats from like farmers, butchers, the local folks. I don't want to buy my meat from grocery stores anymore, really. I am currently looking for this kind of thing, so I'm gonna look around me. Haven't really cared to look around yet because I don't have all my stuff yet, so I'm not necessarily like bothered, especially also because I'm doing the 30 days sort of like diet. But for sure in the coming months or next month, I'm going to start looking for like farmers market so I can start getting my eggs. Obviously I would love to have a house so I can have like a chicken coop so I can have my own eggs, but that's in the future. At the moment I'm just loving like apartment living, you know, it's just me. I don't want to live in a house by myself, if I am honest with you. Maybe in a year or two. Also, I don't know where I'm gonna be, honestly, because it's the Lord's decision, really. Like, he's leading my life. This is the first time I am literally like giving to him 100% to do everything. Before, I used to always be like 50-50, not even 50-50. It's just like, oh yeah, Lord, you know, I would say like, yeah, I want your will, but then again, I was still trying to force my way and the things that I wanted. Now I have fully released it to him for him to do whatever he wants. I really love California and the weather, so for me personally, I would much rather, you know, end up in California some days, but right now, Dallas is where the Lord wants me, so that's where I'm gonna be. The heat over here, it's a little bit too much for me, I'm not gonna lie. Although I did appreciate the spring that we had, I didn't expect spring to be this good. I honestly thought it was gonna be this hot for like the entire year, so that's one of the reasons why I never even wanted to move here to begin with, because you guys know I don't really like hot weather. Like, give me the cold, don't really care for the sun, give me some rain. Not my choice, honestly. It's the Lord's choice. But honestly, it's like the best thing that I needed. Like, he knew exactly what I needed, because I think I was deficiency also in vitamin D. So being here, you know, having the sunshine, being able to walk and also sweat, even though I don't like to sweat, like the sweating is actually so healthy for you. That's how a lot of things get out of your skin. You know, your skin is like your largest organ. Toxins sort of like release from your pores and everything like that. And also you lose weight through sweating a lot. I would say, although I'm not necessarily a fan of the heat, but I am managing quite well. I've been built for it, I guess. You guys remember, I grew up in the Caribbean, no electricity, no AC. You can imagine, no running water. It's pretty rough. So at least here I have AC. I'm gonna go downstairs now. It's been too much talking, but look at this. Los Angeles is 69. I don't want to live in LA, by the way. I want to live like in other parts in California. Of course, I want to live like in the most expensive parts, like Napa, Sonoma County. That's my ideal, or Montecito. Those are the places I want to live in California. Those places would be ideal for me. But I used to love San Francisco, but San Francisco has completely gone down. Like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe how bad San Francisco was when I was there in September. I could not believe it. Like, it used to be one of my favorite places ever. I cannot believe how much that city has gone down. So I am back from working downstairs. I had to come back because that's what I'm craving. Pizza, of course. On the really hot days, that's when I want to eat something that I have to turn on the oven for. I'm going to make the dough now, and then I'm actually gonna walk to Tom to get some pizza sauce. I realized from editing the vlog, because of the way that I position the camera, it makes my chest look a lot bigger. I mean, my chest is already bigger than I would like it. But from that angle was making it look a lot bigger. Actually make the dough for the pizza. Oh, basil, don't forget the basil. I don't really care for these things anymore. But it's so funny, in January 1st, 2024, I put my goals down, moved to London by March 5th, 2024, which was then moved to September. because I applied for school. Actually, one of the school that I got accepted to, it's still waiting for like a response for me. I mean, like reach out to my high school teacher to get a reference and everything for the school. I got accepted into school, and then it was on the same time where God was literally like, I should know, like I've tried to move to London at least 4 or 5 times now, and it's never worked out. I should take it as a sign, like God doesn't want me there. Even though I love London so much, it's my second favorite city. Well, it's a tie between Mexico City and London. 10 years ago when I stepped foot there, I said, oh, I will live there one day. You know what? Maybe that day is not now. Maybe sometimes in the future, I spend a month there in the summertime to really get it out of my system, because I think sometimes you romanticize living somewhere else without considering like everything else, especially for someone who's already done it, you know, living New York and going to Mexico City and realizing that I actually really love the States. Living in Mexico City actually made me realize how much I love the convenience that the USA offers and how great we have it here. You know, sometimes you kind of have to live somewhere to really appreciate it. So don't get me wrong, I love Mexico so much. I love living there. It's like one of the biggest thing, one of the best things that I could have done for myself, because Mexico City also changed me as a person. I think it's one of the reasons why I couldn't necessarily, I've struggled for the past couple of years to really live in New York and really fully embrace it. There was always something in the back of my mind that says like, this is not it. You know, after experiencing Mexico City and just living like a better quality of life, it just made it so hard for me to go back to the struggle life of being in the city. I just couldn't go back, you know, to that fully, even though I knew I needed to be there at least for that 1 year to really make the connection, you know, for my business and everything like that. I needed that at least that 1 year, but the second year wasn't really necessary. At the back of my mind, I was just like, yeah, I need to get out of here. This is not it. And if you go back to all my diaries or all my planners throughout the years, moving to London is always one of the goals for me. It's a place that I've tried to move to at least 5 times. When I actually ended up in Mexico, I was supposed to be moving to England. Just not in the cards for me. God doesn't want me there, so it is what it is, right? So I'm not gonna force myself. Like I said, sometimes we just romanticize just like living somewhere. And honestly, after my last trip to England, that's when I realized that I don't think I wanna live there, you know? I think I wanna like visit. I don't think I want to live there.
My hand from scratch, so you can totally double the recipe. All you have to do is double everything except the yeast. You could double the yeast if you want, but you don't need to. They can handle that much more flour release.
Viator offers free cancellation, which is useful when your relationship status goes from on.
It's sticky and cohesive. It's not sticking to my fingers. A couple needs so I can make sure it's
Because I'm actually wearing my sweatshirt. Yeah, I know. Sounds crazy, but for me personally, I much rather be hot than burn. We're back and I need to find a line of sweatshirts that's not fleecy. I definitely cannot wear these in the summertime. To get another turn. We only got the 3 things that I needed actually. And we've got a bazo, as the English would say. For me, alright, our door is rising. Literally raindrops when I went outside. It would be sunny one moment, and next thing you know, the sky is black, and then it stops, and then the sun comes back out. The weather is wild, just like the state, you know, just like the state being a crazy state, the weather is just as wild. I'm getting used to it. What? The oven is on, and look at the dough. I feel like it's not as big as last time. Am I tripping? Or whilst I'm doing that, let me actually respond. Usually like to, I don't think it's necessary to just insert comments or like address things. I honestly don't think it's necessary, because at the end of the day, people are gonna live their lives the way that they want. Someone was commenting on how I'm all over the place, like that's a surprise or like that's a shock. I am all over the place, like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Can you imagine how boring the world would be if everyone knew exactly what they wanted to do in life and went after that? If everyone was a planner, if everyone was the same, can you imagine how boring the world would be? Just talking about, oh, she was a nurse at 21 and she became a lawyer, and it's just like, I've never cared for degrees. Like, school is not for everyone, first of all. Some people like to collect degrees, money, houses. For me personally, I don't really care for these things because I'm only passing here on earth. For me, experiences are what are important which is what I've always done, focusing on having all the best experiences. That's why I never bothered to, like, I don't know, buy a house or locking myself down. I always wanted the option to just get up and go as I please. Again, I've seen people, I've seen friends, I've seen so many friends get stuck in relationship with men. They're unhappy, it's not treating them well, they can't really live because they have kids with them. And one thing that I've always said, I will never let a man trap me with a kid. For me, I've always considered kids to be like trapments. For me personally, I was like, the day that I decide to marry a man and have his kids, I'm gonna have to make sure this person is going to be an active father, because I don't only want to be the one, because especially also in Caribbean culture, the women are the one who did everything. Especially if you're like a first daughter, you would understand, even though in my case it wasn't so prevalent. So I was never like in charge of taking care of my brothers, thank God. That was never part of like a chore for me, which I'm very grateful. Honestly, I feel like my mom is just like ahead of the curve the way she raised me, and it's probably one of the reasons why I've been able to experience all the amazing, wonderful things that I've experienced, is because since a young age, like my mom always treated my brothers and I the same. She never, you know, like those Caribbean parents like who treat their daughters, sons differently. My mom is not one of those people. Like my mom's always treated us the same. My brothers don't do any chores, I don't do any chores. So I wasn't responsible to do anything for them. I wasn't responsible to raise them by any chance. That is one thing that I could say. I do think my mom is like one of like the best moms. I've never felt like any different, considering as a Caribbean and also as the first daughter, right? Actually, up until now, I actually did not learn to cook until I was almost 30 years old. My mom loved cooking. Cooking is one of my mom's favorite thing ever. I don't know, cooking is like her love language. She still does everything for me at my big age, and she does it for all of us. She doesn't treat any of us any differently. My mom has always been that girl. Me personally, like owning a house has never really been a dream of mine. For the longest time, I've always said that I would never want to buy a house. Now I do want to buy a house, but for the longest time I never wanted to buy a house. I could have bought a house a long time ago. I know if I had bought a house, I'd be stuck, you know, paying the bills. I would not be able to like travel the way that I did. I would not be able to just like get up and leave and not be in the same place or the same city. For me, I've always wanted to have my options open where I can leave if I want to. I never wanted to be in a situation where I felt like I couldn't leave because I was tied down to a house. Again, like money is very important, but money is not everything. Because I grew up also very religious, I've always known that, you know, when I go to heaven, I'm not gonna take anything on this earth with me. Also, for my background, my dad used to be a captain for ships, boats back home. My dad is like a traveler, travel everywhere. So I guess that's where I got my love from travel. My dad's pretty much lived in so many places. Like he lived in so many places in Haiti and also lived in so many places in the US. He lived in Brooklyn. I think that's where I get my love for travel from. It's from my dad. Not everybody want what you want. Just because you want a career, you want to own a house, you want to have degrees. Like I don't really care to collect degrees. And I have 2 degrees. I studied legal studies. I almost became a lawyer, but I worked at a lawyer's office for 2 weeks and I quit. I was just like, over my dead body, I will never become a lawyer. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Guys, I'm not like dumb or stupid or whatever. Just because I move all the time. And I also made a video on why I move so often to begin with. Thing always happened where I had to move. Like it wasn't me always like moving out of my own accord. So a lot of times it was because something happened in the apartment and I couldn't live there anymore. Before you open, you know, your mouth, I know you guys mean well, you don't really mean it in bad ways, but she's talking about, in my view, you appear unsettled. I mean, what if I am unsettled? Like, what is wrong with being unsettled? Please explain to me what is wrong with being unsettled. Not everyone is going to feel settled in this life, or not at like early in life. Society in general have so much stuff for us that is expected of us, especially women. We have to get married at a certain age, we have to have a baby at a certain age, we have to do this at a certain age, we have to get settled at a certain age. For me personally, I've never wanted any of these things, if I am honest with you. I've always said if I was gonna have a kid, I would have my kid at 40 years old. That's exactly what I've always said. I'm like, I want to live my life to the best of my abilities and fulfill almost all my dreams, or try to fulfill all my dreams before I settle down. Like if you look at even of the people in the Bible, a lot of them, like Joseph, I think he became whatever he became at 40 years old. Moses, everything, 40 years old. A lot of things happen later in life for some people. Of course, if it happens to you early in life, fine. But again, like I've seen so many examples of like women being in a situation they can't get out of because, you know, they baby trap, you know, now they have a kid, they can't leave the man even though they're unhappy because they don't have the means or whatever it is. Or once you have a kid, it makes things a lot more, you know, difficult to do. So I've never wanted to be in the situations where I felt like I couldn't just get up and leave. So for me, like I said, I've always said I would never let like a man trap me with a baby. I never wanted that for myself. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna take my time. And like I said, I've always said, you know, after 40, I know people, society wanna like shame women or like make them scared that their life is over after 25. For me, I've always thought like life began at like in your 40s, and I'm so happy I've always kind of have that mindset even when I was so young. Like I remember being like maybe 12 years old and already thinking this way, which is why I live my life accordingly. I've never let like a man trap me. A couple of times, you know, I got very close to like marrying someone, but it's just like a lot of people get married just to say they're married, right? Or because they feel like time is running out. Like for me personally, I never felt like time was gonna run out for me. It's like if it doesn't happen, I would just be happy with my decision. So a couple of times I've came close to, you know, but I'm just like, you know, marrying someone is like the most important thing you could do in your life. You have to pick your partner wisely. Personally, I have to like sit down and think like, can I see myself? If this person didn't change for the rest of my life, would I be okay with that? And if I wasn't okay with that, I just knew right there and there it wasn't a go. And the thing about myself that I've always been so proud also about me, like I'm never gonna like drag out a situation out. I'm just gonna leave the relationship like if I know it's not gonna work out. Like even though like everything, like the person might check all the boxes on paper, but if I know it's not gonna work out, like I'm not going to like stay there. Also, she's saying Caribbean women are usually quite assertive. I am assertive, I am goal directed. Like you have different goals. Your goal is to collect degrees. Again, I have 2 degrees. I have degrees too. Again, I have a degree in photography, I have a degree in legal studies, baby. So I spent almost 10 years on my last job. So don't act like I'm some like vagabond, like just like running around. I'm just living my best life. And I feel like a lot of time, I'm not saying that you are, but a lot of time, a lot of women, because they didn't get a chance to live that life, and the way they respond to that is with jealousy and saying things like that. I'm goal directed and achievers. Yes, I am goal directed. Like my goals are different from your goals. Like I said, your goals may be to become a lawyer, to own a house. Those are not my goals. My goals is to live my best life. So we have different goals in life, and that's completely okay. We are not all the same. And some people have different directions. Like God has different plans for all of us. You know, that might be your plan to just be that like stable. Maybe you think that I'm unstable because of the way that I live my life, but I don't really think that I'm unstable. I just love, I just think that I have options to be able to just get up and go. I'm not afraid to live in a new town. I'm not afraid to start over. Just saying that, oh, she finished nursing at 21, you know, then go into law school 10 years later to become a lawyer. That is a flex, but honestly, that is one thing that I've always loved about me. Your degree could never be a flex to me because I don't give a damn about how many degrees somebody has. For me, we all have value. Just because you have 10 degrees does not make you any better than me. Let me go back to the Bible. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Don't you see pretty much all the people that God has used in the Bible has always been the people that nobody expected? Moses has a stutter. Pretty much like a lot of the prophet, like even Jacob and Esau, right? He said Esau was just men that was like hairy, that was like, you know, a caliber of a man. But Jacob was soft. He didn't have a hair in his body. He was just like a soft looking man. Guess who God ended up picking? The person you never expected. David and Goliath. Again, the same story. Just because society say you have to do these things doesn't mean that's true for everyone. I'm happy for you for your degrees. I am so happy, but you could never flex on me with your degrees because I don't care about your degrees. I've never like taken somebody's success and degrees to feel bad about myself. For me personally, because I still grew up in church and because I knew that God loved me, that he sent his son to die for me, I am worth something. Nobody's degrees, and when I get to heaven, none of these things will matter. I mean, of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't have like any goals in life, you shouldn't accomplish anything, but God doesn't look at all these things. God looks at your heart. Your heart is the biggest thing. It's like sometimes you can't see what others can. I apologize for offending you. Like, baby, you could never offend me. Like, I'm not offended at all. I just think that you have no right or place to say things like that. Caribbean women are outspoken. Yes, we are very outspoken. I am very outspoken. This is what I said to her, to her thing. I'm like, I appreciate that you've been around for some times. You know, she said she's been a subscriber for a long time, and understand that some people's paths are different and not linear. Not all of us know exactly what we want to do in life. Some of us actually thrive off a little chaos. That's me for the longest time. I love the little chaos in my life. Like, when it gets a little bit too quiet, I'm just like, I don't want to go back there. But can you imagine how both life would be, right, if we were all the same? I like adventure. I like trying out new places, new cities. I can't imagine living in the same place for 5-10 years. At least not right now, not when I don't have any responsibilities. I am living my ancestors' wildest dreams, like doing things my mom could never, you know, because my mom had 3 kids by the time she was 25. So my mom never had the life that I have now. I think that's one of the reasons why my mom supports me through all my shenanigans. Where's the light? Where's, sorry guys, I can't, oven light, here we go. This oven light is not good, because see, I think that's one of the reasons why my mom's always support me. Like, pretty much all the time that I moved, my mom is the person like helping me pack, doing things. Like right now I'm in Texas, my mom is still going to my storage, getting me stuff. She's still like sending me boxes. Like, my mom loves me. She supports me through all my chaos, my adventures, and those are the things that she never could have done for herself, again, because she has 3 kids at 25 years, by the time she was 25 years old. So you can imagine how life has been for her, you know, to have lost her husband, my father, in the early stages of our lives. And even then, she never even lived with my dad for that long, because my dad was like traveling all the time. Also, my dad lived in Brooklyn, and we still lived back home, and she's always supported me. And after God, she's like the only person that I care about her opinion, and even that I barely care about her opinion, if I am honest with you. For me, as long as God is happy, I'm happy with what I'm doing. That's all that matters. Some people collect degrees, money, and others experiences. I can't take a house, degree, money with me when I'm gone, but the experiences I've had, priceless. Be quick to judge others until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Wishing you a blessed day. And also, you haven't walked a mile in my shoes. You don't know what was in my bloodline that I am fighting. You have no idea what people are going through. Please sit down. And I'm not, you know, saying it in any mean ways at all, but I'm really tired of the rhetoric that because I moved often that I'm unsettled. And also like, if I'm unsettled, so what? Like, what is wrong with being unsettled? Like, that's not being settled is not the life for everyone. Maybe I'm unsettled now, but maybe I'm gonna get settled later on in life. We all have different paths. I would say learn to respect other people's paths. I'm not necessarily addressing the situation, but I thought that I would open up to you guys and let you know. I wanted to share that what's important to you may not be what's, Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Paths are not linear for everyone. I wish it was. Unfortunately, that's not the life for everyone. Some people go around and circle and come back, and some go straight. Please, let's retire this conversation. This is not me addressing the situation, but I hope this is the last time. Hola. Pizza is so good. Honestly, I think pizza is like one of my best things that I can make. Even though the last one was way better than this. I don't know where it went wrong. I think I probably put too much tomato sauce. I have my dessert now. I'm gonna have my ice cream now. It's only 6:40, so I'm hoping, I don't know, am I hoping for the rain to stop? Not really, because we need this rain. Guys, this is what I've woken up to. It's about 6 o'clock now, because my alarm just went off, and then all of a sudden I look outside and this is what I see. Like, it's so bad. Wow, look at this. And people still driving. Look, even my things are like, I don't know, maybe the electricity went off or something. It's actually raining outside and I have to run some errands and it's already 9 something. It's already 10 o'clock actually. Just go to the post office and drop this off because all these sales were made over the weekend, and you know, because it was Memorial Day, it's already like, you know, a day late. I need to get these things out of the house ASAP. I guess we lost power for a little bit. I know a lot of people in other places say they don't have power. Thank goodness. Yeah, I have to put the thing for the oven light because it doesn't work. It's o'clock. Thank goodness I have pizza, and when I get back I'll make my breakfast. The rain is actually coming down. This is my favorite outfit for everything. In case when it's raining and there's no bugs, you can actually just like tie it to the side. Let's put sneakers on. I'm gonna go for these because I want to be stylish. Common socks. They're great for when you're traveling. What do they call these kind of socks again? It's long. And then, even though it was fine in this, my cap on. We are back. My goodness, I literally saw power lines go completely crazy. It's so bad out there. I've never experienced anything like this. When was the last time we had something? When was we have my mom's home? We don't really like see storm outside. We don't really see much of it in a way, unless you know you're looking at the window. It's not like here where there's like so much light and big doors and big windows. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this. This is very, very scary. But I'm ready to make breakfast now. Oven light because it's not working. But I'm gonna go make breakfast. I'm debating what to do. If I want to make pancakes, I really want to make pancakes. The one that I made yesterday, they did not look good, but they were actually so delicious. Because I'm tired of not being able to make good pancakes. All right guys, I think we're finally there. This looks so good. This is the first time it came out so nice. I think I finally got it. So good. Wow. Best pancakes I've made. Guys, just like that, the sun is out. Like Texas, like I know people usually say how bipolar the weather is in other places in the world. Nothing compared to Texas. Texas is a whole different beast. You could literally have a tornado, ravages, lost power, everything in a couple of hours, right? And then 2 hours later, the sun is bright and shining. I think you saw a little bit of it this morning when I woke up. I didn't hear the siren. The storm did wake me up again because I sleep with like my windows open. So it's just like that. The rain is back again. Texas weather, it's not even bipolar. It's beyond bipolar. For my walk. It's about 8:47 and guess what? I managed to do 11,000 steps today, which I didn't think was possible because, you know, obviously of like the storm and I'm around nature anyways and so meditative. So I did eat before I went on the walk. Half of the pizza. I didn't even have the whole thing because I wasn't that hungry. I'm happy that I did 11,000 steps today. Of calories, I burned 531 calories today, which is crazy. Can you imagine, guys? Burning 500, yeah, let's say 531 calories times 30 days. That's like 15,000 calories that I'm literally burning. I'll be burning every month if I walk just 11,000 steps a day. Can you imagine? In 1 month, that's how much calories that I'm burning. Instead of just comparing the steps, let's compare like how many calories and for miles, let's times 30 days. That's like 159 miles a month. That is wild. I am loving that for me. To think that I will be so active here. I think honestly it's the park. It's truly the park. Like having a park so close that I can walk to, I don't have to drive to it. It has been the biggest blessing ever. And the park is just so beautiful. It's just such a stunning park. You don't really get tired of it because there's like so many ways you can kind of like go. And also because of the storm, the internet, it was a little bit slow. So I'm trying to like upload this video to send for review. I can't upload it. So I am hoping now. Even that, I mean, even my mom told me she tried calling me earlier in the day like 3 times. She couldn't get to me. Again, network issues. AT&T, you know, it's based over here or whatever it is. So because of the storm, a lot of things were affected. When I tell you I saw power lines, I didn't take a video because it was so scary, like to see like the power going away. It was just like fireworks. At the park, guys, like so many trees that I've been walking by, like split in half. One of my favorite trees. Look at that, like, oh, look at the trees on the floor. Oh, this is a little rabbit. I'm gonna go, guys. Good night. I will catch you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. We are back. I've left the house around like 6:45, 6:50, and it's 8:37 now. That's because I did go to TomTom. So we are almost at 12,000 steps. Oof, that just makes me so happy. I'm going to make a breakfast. I'm still getting off a welcome email. Congratulations. They look forward to meeting me, but unfortunately, I'm not moving to London. It was my dreams, but it's okay though. I think, like I told you guys, last time I went, last September, I think I just didn't realize it wasn't for me. But I still would love to spend a month there. Just kind of like really explore like the English countryside, do like a wood trip all around, go to the Highlands. I have a friend who lives in the Highlands in Scotland. That's still part of my plan, but I think in my early 20s or late 20s, it would have been good. What I do wish I would have done is a semester abroad. That's probably one of my biggest regret, not to do a semester abroad, but honestly, I feel like if I had done it, I probably would not have come back anyways. My life would have ended up completely different, I feel, if I had done that, but you know what? God's got his plan, so it was meant to happen this way. But this is literally like the fifth time that I've tried to move to London, and every time I've always met with roadblocks. So listen to God. When he doesn't want you there, don't fight him. Believe me, do not fight him. I'm just gonna let it go and chill over here. Go make breakfast. Hello guys, I've gotten ready. Ugh, I feel like my makeup is looking very bronze today. Yeah, I'm back in the skirt, honestly, because this skirt is so comfortable. It's like the only thing I want to wear. Another story, please bring this in white. I would love this in white. You know, my favorite tank top, you already know that, from Totem. And this is today's makeup. My hair is still straight. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. But yeah, I'm just gonna go downstairs to ask a couple of questions. Just a couple of things that I need to handle today, because as of tomorrow, I'm not going to say the thing until it's done. Yeah, I will let you guys know tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day. Cannot wait. You know, one thing that I realized as an ex-shopaholic, since I've been here, I'm not really being able to shop, because for what exactly? What am I shopping for? I don't have all my stuff yet. There's no reason for me to really buy anything at the moment. Delayed gratification, it's such a big thing. Because of that, literally all the things that I've wanted, I no longer want. So one thing that I could say, if you used to be like a crazy shopper like myself, right? The minute you see something, you have to buy it, you have to order it now. Delay the gratification. Wait 30 days. Give yourself 30 days. I promise you, more than half of the stuff that you thought you wanted, you will no longer want. Literally everything that I thought I really, really wanted, because now I've waited, I found that I no longer want it. It's like, I don't need this. Oh, I already have something similar. Actually, I never really liked this to begin with. But I just picked up my package from Pixie. One thing about Pixie, they've always spoiled me so much. I don't remember how long have I been on the Pixie Pure list. They are still one of my favorite skincare makeup brand. I love that they are very personalizable people, so they've always personalized all the stuff. So this is rose tonic, rose water. I've run out of rose water for almost a month now. I'm happy actually to have received this from Pixie. I am going to be using this as my rose water. I'll also have a glowy lip oil. Oh, this is so cute. I love this packaging for this thing. It's like very rosy. I mean, my name is Rose, so it goes really well, and also very Mother's Day like. How cute is this packaging? Abby would love this. Oh, it's a roller ball. This is so cute. And I think I've tried this product before. This is actually one of my fave. Look at this, is it? Like, it just gives you, maybe it's not this one, I don't remember, but one of them just give your skin such a great boost. Okay, it's not this one, but it's not the one that makes your skin look like pearl. It's another one, but this one is just as good. It just, oh, this is so radiant. You could put this underneath your makeup, or you could put this on your skin, especially if you're wearing something a little bit with décolletage. You could literally apply this all over. I need to stop saying the word literally. I picked that up from like the Brits that I used to watch in YouTube, and now I cannot get it out of my mouth. It's so annoying. Like, I wish you guys could see like the behind the scene of me editing a video. It's rough. The amount of, like, literally, honestly, filler words that I have to remove, cut out. It's insane. I needed to do better, another one, so definitely need to do better in that area. But thank you, Pixie, for this lovely treat. So radiance lotion will add naturally healthy glow using rose water and hyaluronic acid. That sounds amazing. The botanical blend, rose flower extract, elderflower, and chamomile. Chamomile is very soothing for your skin. It is lunchtime. It's around 2:13. I'm gonna warm up the pizza. I really need to make the cabbage soup because I would like to do it for the remainder of the week. Difference that I saw in my weight from doing it last week, I just could not believe it. But you know, since the past couple of days I've been eating pancakes and pizzas as I was last week, I need to get back to this cabbage soup. I'm about to be, I wouldn't necessarily say addicted, but I will definitely be making it often, maybe at least once a month or something. But this is the other half of the pizza. I'm gonna save these in the fridge for my pizza for later. I think I'm gonna make a matcha latte. I need to go to Target tonight because I need to go return the hangers because one of them broke. I mean, I knew not to buy it anyway. This is like, listen to the Holy Spirit. I literally asked him, he's like, don't buy it, and I ended up getting. When I tell you, obedience is better than sacrifice. Like, if the Holy Spirit is talking to you, telling you not to do something, please don't do it. Please do not do it. I knew not to get the hangers, but oh, this bra hurts. Oh my goodness. Now it hurts because, you know, my boobs have become so heavy. Go change my bra already because this actually is making my shoulder hurt. Whew, what I would do to have no boobs or small, or like a cup or a B cup. What I would do, honestly, boobs are literally like the worst thing ever. The worst. It's anything over than a C cup, it's annoying. Anything over a C cup is just unnecessary. I guess I can only speak for myself because some people do like big boobs and I will never understand how and why. I don't know, I feel like my youth was taken away from me because of my breasts. I feel like because I've always had them, they just make me look not only bigger than I am, it just gives you like a different look. Like, you know, I've had children even though I haven't. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But, you know, if I'm gonna look like that, I've had them at least. Let's have some evidence, you know. It just gives you like a certain look. I don't like that look. I just feel like you look more youthful without boobs. Like, you just look so young and cute without, you know, breastises. I like to get my youth back, and I feel like I've never had that, you know, because I've had them since I was like 14 or 16. It's not cute. I'm so tired of them. So tired. Oh, I'm over them. It's time for them to go and to never return. Back for my walk to Target. I've made it to 18,000. I feel like 8 miles is just like the sweetest spot. That's going to be my goal looking forward. I'm not necessarily going to focus too much on the number. Obviously I care, but I think my focus is going to be more on how many miles that I'm doing. And today, 9.1, baby. 9.1. Look at this. Like, let's see how many calories that is. That is 770 calories. And I feel like compared to what I've eaten, but I got my lovely gift. This is Femme Mon. I've never heard of them before. I picked out this dress. You see, like, the Holy Spirit is, God is so good. Like, when I tell you when the Holy Spirit is just like leading your life, it's literally the best thing. You know, I've been waiting for DHL all day long, right? Because I got the notifications. I was waiting, and then finally, like, something just tell me, just get up and go to Target and return what you needed to return. So I went to Target, 20 minutes to go, and then like 20 minutes to get back. As I'm walking back, because I'm still waiting for notification for my packages to say that DHL has delivered your package. Guess what? As I am approaching my building, I turned to my left and then I saw the DHL truck and I'm just like, oh, let me actually go see. And then I'm just like, why am I not getting my notification yet? I was just like, maybe he's still putting it in the box, and I'm just, let me go meet him. So I walked by the truck, and there was no one in there. So I walked to the locker area, and then there he was. He couldn't get in because he doesn't know how the building works. So he was looking for like a code to get in to, you know, to put the stuff in, and he couldn't get in. So I caught him there at the perfect time. That's why I'm just like, let the Holy Spirit lead you. Like, if the Holy Spirit tells you to get up and go for a walk, do that. There's a reason why he's telling you to do that, which is literally the perfect timing that I went to Target, returned what I needed to return, get my steps in, and as I'm coming back, I literally captured DHL guy at the perfect time. This is what I picked out. Sophia, I love this. What a beautiful card. I love hydrangeas so much. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, this is so stunning. I almost want to frame it. That is so beautiful. I love hydrangea. Of the flowers, I cannot, like, when I have a house, I cannot wait to just have like a hydrangea bush in the summertime. Even though I don't know how it's gonna do with this weather. Even though I'm terrified to own a house in Texas, honestly, because with the tornadoes and the weather, I feel like the safest place is an apartment. I don't know. I do feel like the safest place is an apartment. I'm terrified. I can't imagine with the weather that I experienced the other day. It was really, really bad, but I guess not that bad compared to like other places. I can't imagine like living in a house and having my entire roof like come off, or trees falling in your backyard, falling in your car, and I'm just like, I can't imagine. That's why I love apartment living. I know some people want, you know, like a house. That's one of the reasons why I don't want a house unless I get a husband. I'm not gonna live in a house by myself. The responsibility of a house, for me, is just too much work. I just don't have the energy anymore, honestly, to with like house stuff, unless I would have unlimited funds to just call a company to do all of that. But what's the point when I can live in a beautiful apartment? So for me personally, I love apartment living. I know it's not for everyone. I know everyone always wants you to buy a house, buy this, but guys, you have to understand that everyone wants the same thing that you want. You may think buying a house is the best decision, and to someone else it may not be the best decision for them. So for me personally, I love apartment living because I can just put in a request and have my things fixed. Again, I've always compared apartment renting, it's like food. You know, you eat food, I mean, you do flush it out, you do go poop it out. Does that mean that the food wasn't worth it? No, you do need the food to nourish your body. So of course you end up getting principles, but at the same time you do end up spending a lot of money as well to get that principal back. Again, I understand, you know, to a certain extent it's a good benefit, but for me personally, I just don't really like big responsibilities. I never did, so I don't really like big responsibilities. And for me, until I get married, I'm not interested in living in a house, really. That's my preference. Again, not everything is for everyone, and you should respect other people's wishes. You know, if you want to buy a house, absolutely do that. But for me, I would be terrified in living in a house by myself. Like, who's going to pay 15K to replace a roof? Not me. One of my friends that I haven't. I know people have problem with like low maintenance friends. I'm a low maintenance friends. I'm not someone who's gonna call you every day, who's gonna be on the phone with you every day, but when you call me, I'm there. I could literally be getting off the plane and I will be on the FaceTime with my friend trying to help them. I am that friend. Like, I'm reliable, but I'm very low maintenance. I'm not someone like who needs attention 24/7. I'm not gonna be on the phone with you 24/7. Like, it's not gonna happen. A lot of time I don't really like to like talk to anybody except for you guys. It's so funny. I love talking to the camera. I love talking to you guys, but like people in real life, like not necessarily. Yeah, we haven't spoken since like 2022. And look at this, you know, she just texted me out of nowhere and boom. And it's always been like that. I've known her since I was like a teenager. We actually grew up on the same street back in Haiti. I've known her for a long time, since I was like, I don't know, 13, 14 years old. Yeah, we go way back. It's so funny, we didn't like each other when we lived back home in Haiti in the same street, but we got connected years later when I moved here, and then she'd moved here way before me, so she was living in Florida. She's like in Maryland. Yeah, like we're really good friends. It's always like that. Sometimes we're like really close, and then sometimes we just, you know, don't talk for a couple of years, and then when the time comes back, we just get reconnected. We are just as close as ever. Like I said, I'm a low maintenance friend. That's how I like to, not necessarily like to operate, but I'm just not someone who's just gonna be on the phone with you 24/7, who's gonna check up on you every day. I'm not that kind of friend. I want to be a little bit, I want to be better at that, but then again, like I'm a little bit of a weirdo. And also I grew up with brothers, and when you grew up with like a lot of boys around, it's a different dynamic compared to when you grew up with like, you know, a lot of girls around. So my dynamic is different because boys don't really care about stuff like that. So in my brain, because I only grew up with like a lot of boy cousins, and then I have two brothers, so I'm the only girl of the family, so I don't really have that kind of thing where I need like to be always dependent, like, oh, I need to talk to girls, oh, I need to call you and ask you about this, about that. And especially also, I am in a season of my life where God is actually teaching me to stay silent, you know, until things are done. So I'm also in that season where, because I used to be like yapping all the time, you know, telling people your plans, and then realizing that nothing is like going according to plan because you keep telling people about it. You know, a lot of people mean well, but at the same time, you know, energies can affect your plan to a certain extent. So I've been in the season where God is really teaching me to just like shush. It's so funny, I read Thessalonians yesterday. Thessalonians, I think 4:11, where it says to live a quiet life and mind your business, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's tea. That is for me right now. That was a good reminder for me. Again, you know, God is just really teaching me to shush, you know, because I am the person who loves to talk about my plans, blah blah blah, and I wonder why I don't really like accomplish them or things like that. Again, not everyone is wishing you bad, and also it's just a mental space that when you talked about something that you're gonna do, you experience it as if you've already done it, and then now you don't necessarily want to do it anymore. Again, I am in the season where God is really pressing it on me, like to only talk about things after they're done, not before. So I've been doing really well, like even when I pray, you know, because you know the devil can hear your prayers. Even be careful sometimes with the things that you pray about. So a lot of the time I pray in my, you know, in my closet, and when it says closet, it means like your heart, not like an actual closet. That verse in the Bible, when was it in Matthew? Yeah, when Jesus tells you that when you pray, you know, like go to your closet, it means your heart. It's closet is a representation of your heart, you know. I keep them in my heart. It's between me and God. But that's a lot of talking. I've already taken my magnesium. I took it since 5 o'clock actually. I had to get into bed early today, relax. Tomorrow is a big day.